We're back. It's the weekly Noticias.
Darling, you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
Yes, we're back. I don't know how, but we're back, Chris. They let us out of the
here we are.
They let us out of the care home yet again. And you're listening to the Weekly Noticias. That was the clash, should I stay or should I go? And of course you have to stay. The Weekly Noticias is live and uncut. We see it as a sort of a language exchange show that helps you to improve your English and your Spanish by having fun analysing the weekly news in English, Spanish and Catalanish every week. It's also a game show, but it's very hard to win points. You already know that, don't you, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Yeah? We have a problem with the sound again. The rules are simple. There aren't any apart from the rules I make up as I go along. We also aim to learn at least 7 new words in the game. For the 7th round, for 7 bonus points, it's called the 7-Up round, isn't it, John?
That is correct.
I'm the host, Tim Parfitt, and I've got some great people in the studio with me this week. On my right, as usual, is the British comedian in Spain with the perfect looks for radio, this time wearing a pink shirt. Welcome, Chris Groves.
Yes, the perfect shirt for radio as well.
Perfect shirt and the perfect...
Good morning.
On Chris's team this week, we're honoured to have one of the original comedy podcasters, I believe. You've been living in Barcelona for how long? Since 1990?
1990, yeah.
1990. He's a journalist, writer. He's a regular contributor to Catalonia Today and many other news organisations, a specialist in translation and other writing across Spain. You're also an Everton supporter, is that correct?
Yeah, I thought you'd start with that, actually. Probably the most important thing.
Please welcome Neil Stokes.
Thanks.
And on my left, we're delighted to welcome back, you've already heard her wonderful voice, actress, voice artist, presenter, and one of the founders of Barcelona's magnificent improv group. Big, I think they're called, aren't they?
Yep.
Originally from Canada, please welcome the extremely talented Stephanie Figueira.
Good morning.
Welcome back, Stephanie.
Thank you.
And on Stephanie's team is a young man making his debut on radio this morning. He's 18, he speaks German, Spanish, Catalan, and pretty good English, but we're going to improve that today, aren't we, Chris? And he is studying IT at a German university, I understand. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He plays the piano. He's an all-round computer expert and an escape room fanatic. He's not going to escape from this room, though. Please welcome Mario Pedrol.
Good morning.
I've got my third referee too, John Groves, no relation to Chris Groves.
No, that is correct. Good morning, everybody.
And he also is going to be responsible for the wine and also the word wheel. And I also have my 2 yes and no guests. I've got somebody that often says yes. She keeps track of the score, and also somebody that says no. That's occasionally to keep my guests in control. We have a website, theweeklynoticias.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and our podcasts are up on all the Mixcloud, SoundCloud, and iTunes channels. And also we have a YouTube channel. We're going to go straight to round 1. It's the people in the news round. Lots to get through this week. The first people in the news are Pedro Sanchez, Mariano Rajoy, and Carlos Puigdemont. Neil, perhaps you can set us off.
That's the only one I don't know.
Okay.
No, I've under a bit of pressure here because I work in the media, so I'm supposed to have all the answers, aren't I? The only thing I know is that Pedro Sanchez was in Barcelona last week for a meeting with the Catalan wing of the Socialist Party.
Yeah.
Very
good. Half a point to Neil already.
A full half point.
Yeah.
And the only relationship I can think of with Puigdemont and Rajoy is Puigdemont reshuffled his cabinet.
Very good.
Saying to reinforce the independence sort of side of things there. Yep. Rajoy called it a purge.
Yep.
And basically Sanchez was suggesting the Spanish government should chat to the Catalan government.
Yeah.
And then Íñigo de Menéndez, the Spanish government spokesman.
Brilliant. Absolutely
amazing. Came out and said that Sanchez is living in the wrong times or something, and Puigdemont had answered his his question by showing that he was a radical who was only interested in.
Do you know what, Neil? I mean, Chris, aren't you?
That's the one he didn't know.
Exactly.
We have given you the best guess this week. You might even win, Chris, at this rate.
Basically, he'd missed out the fact that they're making a Spanish version of Three Men and a Baby.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
With Pedro Sanchez, Rajoy Puigdemont, Tres Hombres y un País, or Dos Países, or Tres. No, I haven't decided yet.
Right.
Well, the only thing missing was any humour, but I'll have to work on that.
I think
that's what Chris is here for, though, isn't it?
Well, we have enough humour in Mariano Rajoy each week. But but actually, I'm going to give you a couple of points for that. But the answer I was looking for was I thought Pedro Sanchez is he. I think you mentioned it anyway. He's the one that's trying to get them still to talk, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's also he's had a pact of some sort with Pablo Iglesias and Podemos of some sort. So hopefully things might still reach dialogue. We don't know. No? But, Stephanie... What is happening with the sound there?
It's every time I have to talk, someone...
Yeah, you didn't even get a chance to mention anything in that round, so not that on that point. Is there anything you want to add for half a point?
No, I'm just... what's going to happen to me if Catalonia becomes independent?
You're gone.
We will allow you to stay.
Really? Because that's
you
my
have to live in this room, but you can stay.
But I can stay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Can I have your stereo when you go?
Yeah.
Okay, right. They have got 2 points for that, Neil and Chris. And Stephanie's team, I don't think, have any. The next next person in the round is Doctor Who.
Woo!
I don't know if Doctor Who, Mario, is Doctor Who known in Spain?
In Spain, I don't know so much. In Germany, he is.
Yeah, in Germany. What's his name in German? Doctor Who.
I myself don't watch the series, so I don't.
But is he known as Doctor Who, or is
yes,
it?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Because in Spanish it would be Doctor Quien, would it be or not? I don't know.
Doctor Who. It's on Catalan TV.
Okay, well I didn't know.
It's Doctor Who.
Right. Well, what's going on with Doctor Who, Stephanie? Is he big in Canada?
Yes, Doctor Who's big in Canada.
I shouldn't say he anymore.
Not anymore, because there's no gender when you say doctor.
Oh,
you can't say woman.
Excellent point.
Jodie Whittaker, yes.
Jodie Whittaker is the new female doctor. That's why it's in the news. And what have the Sun and the Mail Online been doing?
They posted some topless photos of her.
Excellent.
Really?
Yeah.
Just her legs? Just pictures of her legs?
Just her legs.
The Sun published their photos of the actor from her 2006 Oscar nomination film Venue, from under the headline Delectable.
Nice.
Can you believe it? And a TV columnist for the same paper said, "It is frankly nauseating that the BBC should now get on their sci-fi high horse and gallop into Right Onsville to plonk a woman sheriff in town." Can you believe it? The Mail Online also headlined with Dr. Nude. I mean, can you believe this? It's absolutely... And included topless and naked photos of previous male doctors on the BBC sci-fi series. I mean, what? You're laughing, Chris, but it's not funny. Come on.
It's not funny. This is big news. This is very important. People from outside the UK maybe don't realise how important this is to us. But I guess for Catalan people, it would be if Messi announced he was having a sex change. That's kind of the...
For importance for us. I'm taking
take a point away.
Taking a point away from Chris for combining Messi and Doctor Who and sex change in the same sentence. Look, I mean, the thing is, the decision to publish nude shots has prompted outrage among many who argue it's proof why it's necessary to cast women in such roles. And I think it's just... It is just absurd. And also, I actually think there's so much outrage about this whole Doctor Who. There's so many other things going on in the world. And in England, they're worrying about who plays Doctor Who.
The next step is for him, to be non-binary, no? Because we've got all... you've got your male, your female, and then you can also choose a third gender if you want.
Yeah.
So after the next step after the female Doctor Who is a non-binary Doctor Who.
A glass of water.
Mario, you're the computer, because what does non-binary mean?
But that you don't fall into either category, male or female.
Non-binary?
Yeah, I mean, it's strange because it's when in computers you always have things in binary, so non-binary is kind of strange.
Do you know what binary means, Chris?
It means two.
Now, Mario, I just want to ask a question.
Oh, you're saying goodbye to
Would you have
Nari.
a problem watching Doctor Who if it was a female?
No, of course not. The important thing is how they act and how they perform.
Absolutely.
Gender
Good
should
point
never
to
be-
Mario.
Yes, another point.
Can anybody name, for a quick bonus point, can anyone name any Doctor Who's in the past? Obviously, they're all men. Any? Can you name any quickly?
William Hartnell.
William Hartnell, very good. Any more?
Patrick Troughton.
Very good. You're going to name them all. John, Tom Baker.
Tom
correct,
Baker.
yeah?
Colin Baker.
Yeah.
I can name too many I can name, to be honest.
Very good points to Chris.
Half a point.
Okay, next in the news, Garbine Muguruza and Roger Federer. I don't know if I pronounced her name correctly, but why are they in the news? What have they been up to? Roger Federer, what's he? Yeah, what does that mean?
Wimbledon champs.
Yeah, and how many times has Roger Federer won Wimbledon? Quick point for you if you get that right.
I think it's 8.
8 times, excellent point from Mario. It's only 8 times more than me, but he's won it 8 times, yeah. And it wasn't a very good game. He beat this guy Chilik.
Tennis.
Chilik, and this lady Muguruza Blanco. Her name is Garbine Muguruza Blanco. Quick bonus point. Where is she from originally?
Caracas.
Very good.
Bien.
Very good.
But there's an interesting point about her, actually.
Yeah.
If you look at the Catalan sports press, whenever she does anything, she's one of those that she was born in Caracas in Venezuela to a Basque father and a Venezuelan mother, and she spent like a weekend in Barcelona, so the Catalans claim her as a Catalan sports person.
Absolutely.
No, but if you ever see a headline in there, they're always like, they feature her as if like saying, well, she's one of ours, isn't she? She's like, no, she isn't. You've got no link at all except that she lives here. No?
If she'd spent a week in Canada, she'd be Canadian, wouldn't she?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Zola Budd fracas in the Olympics in England. Remember that years ago? Yeah.
I never used to like them calling, what's his name, Greg Ruzetsky as British. He was Canadian, wasn't he, Greg Ruzetsky?
Yeah, I think he was, yeah.
Really? I didn't know he was Canadian.
Oh, you'll lose your passport at this rate. You need to know all the famous Canadians.
Oh my God, one day.
You have homework to do.
Okay, next in the news is Spanish olives. Why are they in the news? What have they been up to? Spanish olives, Chris. Anything about Spanish olives?
There's been a complaint. I'm going straight for the answer here from the Coalition for Fair Trade in Ripe Olives.
Right. Go on.
That's all. That's as far as I got on Google search.
No. There's 2 reasons why olives are in the news. Mario, do you know anything about olives?
I think so, that Donald Trump likes them so much that they now want them to ship them all to the United States, isn't it?
Excellent point. That is the second reason they're in the news, because the Donald Trump.
I like that.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump for president.
It says the protectionist administration of US President Donald Trump has a new target in its sight, the Spanish olive. The Department of Commerce announced it would investigate imports of ripe olives produced in Spain to determine whether they benefit from subsidies, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the real reason. That's one of the reasons. So you get half a point. There's another thing. What is it?
They're being sold cheaper in the United States than they are in Spain.
No. Spanish olives are having a bad time. It's for a disease. There's a disease going. Do you know anything about this?
Well, I was going to say that because the problem was that the American administration is saying that because Spanish olives are subsidised, that means they could be sold cheaper, and so it's unfair competition against American producers.
Yes.
No. Spanish olives have they don't only have a problem with Donald Trump. They have a problem with olive Ebola.
You're kidding.
Yeah. Do we know what Ebola is?
Yes, it's that horrible disease that gets you really, 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 really sick.
Ebola is a hemorrhagic fever, a viral disease, rare and deadly illness caused by... Yeah, exactly.
You stop bleeding.
You
From
do.
the inside.
Where? Yeah.
Inside.
Exactly.
Oh, that's horrible.
And olives have got this.
Olives, it's been nicknamed olive Ebola, right? Like Dutch elm disease, if you like. So trees had an elm, right? And its real name is... I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Xylella fastidiosa, a deadly bacteria, that destroyed olive trees in Italy last year, has now been detected in almond orchards in Andalusia, the world's largest olive oil producing region. Yeah.
But it's the olives that have this.
Yeah, the olives have got this disease. Yeah. Ebola.
What happens if you eat one?
It causes a drying effect on the tree and the strips the plants of moisture and leave trees, and looking as if they've been burned by fire. So the whole olive industry in Spain is under threat.
Oh my God.
So none of you get a point at all.
Oh, jeez.
But what about we made an extra point though?
That's just our obsession with Trump. Water the trouble.
You get half a point for the Trump part of the answer, but nothing for the Ebola.
Should we just say that we're not saying that all olives have Ebola, just to make sure we don't get into a UK egg situation?
Yeah. Allegedly, all olives do not have Ebola.
Are you sure about that, though, John?
Yeah. Well, no, they're
shooting your mouth off there. You know? Maybe it's true. Maybe they do all have it.
We should check.
Yeah. Spain produces roughly half of the world's supply of olive oil, and hopefully it's all going to be okay. But the European Union has called this Xylella fastidiosa one of the most dangerous plant pathogens on Earth.
Ah, okay, it's a pathogen. Okay, now I understand.
With the ability to destroy multiple crops in rapid fashion. So you now know what binary is and pathogen.
And I never liked olives, so I'm fine.
You don't
it's
like olives, okay.
Got to be two of the most useless words to know in English, no? Binary.
Yeah, well, we've got some others. I'm sure the word we will throw up. Okay, Game of Thrones. Why? What's that? What is Game of Thrones? Why it's in the news? Stephanie.
Because the season launched, in the United States on Sunday. And
do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mario?
I read the books, which I enjoyed more than the series, but yeah, it's also good.
I'm with Mario as well.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In fact, I went real hardcore because now that the TV series has gone past where the books are,
exactly.
I stopped watching the TV series last year until the next book comes out. So far, we've been waiting 7 years. The longest wait was the last book, which was 5 years. I don't know what the guy's doing. I mean, he's got no excuses left at this point. After 7 years, I could write it.
And what is the original book called for a bonus point?
It's the whole saga. It's called the Saga of Ice and Fire. And the first book was Game of Thrones, and they used the title of the first book for the whole series, but each book's got a different name. Clash
and the
of
author's
Kings,
name?
J.R.R. Martin.
George R.
Martin. Sorry.
Okay.
I was getting kind of consulting you.
I thought this was the King of Spain's visit to the UK. No, because I heard they put the thrones in the middle of the room.
Like musical
and
chairs.
They played musical chairs.
Very good point from Chris. Musical chairs.
The Queen won because she's faster than she looks, and so Britain gets to keep Gibraltar.
Did you see the photos? Did you actually see the photos of the Queen against what's his name? King Felipe.
Felipe, yeah.
You said there's a size difference.
There's a size difference.
So she could have actually darted in and got a chair quite quickly.
She's quick and she looks, eh?
Yeah. We're going to give Chris a point for the musical chairs Game of Thrones, but Stephanie gets the real point, the full point. It is the 7th series of the TV programme. But
what do they call each other?
What do you mean?
Sorry, before you move on, when two monarchs meet, like if you meet the Queen, you have to call her Majesty. Yeah. They don't need to do that, surely. What they call
Phil and Liz.
And Liz, okay. That's cleared that up then. That's good.
Half a point there for Phil and Liz. Can we get back to Game of Thrones a little bit? Because there is another bonus point there. There was a singer who had a cameo.
Okay,
Echternkamp.
Yes.
Excellent, Mario. Excellent. Yeah.
And I have no idea who he is.
Why?
Can you believe it? I'm watching it and everyone's like, oh my God.
You've never heard of Ed Sheeran?
No.
Oh, take points off for that.
Wait.
Yeah, they got to lose a point for that.
Really, because I Googled him and I heard a couple of his songs.
Yeah. He's just deleted his Twitter account or his Instagram account because everyone's been criticising his dire cameo appearance in the much anticipated series' 7th premiere. So there you go. All right, well, you've learned, Chris has learned binary and pathogen, and you've learned who Ed Sheeran is. So it's great. Okay, Donald Trump again in the news this week with Brigitte Macron and Daft Punk. Why are they all in the news? What's he said? What's Donald Trump said to Brigitte Macron? Mario, you know who Brigitte Macron is?
Not really.
Okay, she is the wife of the French president.
Okay.
So you get a half a point for that.
Thank
right? And he
basically said, "Caw," basically.
He did.
In his own way.
Yeah, he did. It's a bit like the Doctor Who story.
Yeah.
Donald Trump said, "You're in good shape,
babe."
And then he said,
"Don't forget the babe."
And then he said it again. "You're in good shape," And then he said it. "Beautiful," he said to her.
Did he slap her on the arse? Or
almost. Yeah. He said, "You're in good shape," and before repeating the observation to her husband, beautifully added. And Brigitte Macron was Macron's former high school teacher. But feminists and President Macron have denounced that attention as sexist, arguing that nobody should blink an eye if he were the older spouse. I mean, Macron's age difference with his wife is identical to Donald and Melania.
Oh, right.
So nobody makes a comment about, Donald Trump being in good shape, because he's not, obviously. But nobody makes a comment about, well, you know what I'm trying to say, do you?
Yes. Not really.
I'm lost.
I'm a little lost.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure I'm on the right radio program, actually, wasn't it?
Trump...
Just agree with Tim, that's what you have to do.
Trump has drawn criticism in the past for comments that some say objectify and demean women, including the infamous Access Hollywood tape in which he bragged about sexually assaulting women and boasted, when you're a star, they let you do it, you can do anything. He is a disgrace.
Yes.
Thing is, we're still surprised.
Yeah.
This is what I think, to be honest, I don't think it's going to be news for me until Trump drops his trousers and pees on someone.
Chris gets a bonus
instead of shaking their hands, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he's done it all over a Russian hotel bed, of course.
Allegedly.
Oh my God.
Yes, he has. Okay, well, why is Daft Punk in the news with these two as well? Daft Punk, come on. Do you know what Daft Punk is? Well, Daft Punk is music, no?
Yeah, they're a music duo, and
Get Lucky.
Get Lucky.
With
exactly. Pharrell Williams, and so they had their band, the brass band,
exactly,
play all of Daft Punk's hits.
At where?
It was the France's National Day.
Bastille Day.
Bastille Day, yes.
Fantastic. And so Trump's sitting there with Macron, and the military bands does Get Lucky by Daft Punk during
Trump didn't smile.
And Trump didn't smile.
Because and it's because I think it's because Pharrell Williams was a big no joke, was a big Clinton supporter.
Right.
She was in
Clinton's
Clinton's
give Chris
campaign.
A point for that?
Yeah.
I think we'll have to, yeah.
Okay, we give Chris an extra point for that. Okay,
and he has the song Freedom, and of course Trump's not so keen on.
No.
Okay, finally in the news this week, Barcelona's foreign population, which includes a lot of us in here. Anyone know how much the population of Barcelona has increased in the last year? Quickly? No one?
8%.
Anyone had any kids?
It's actually 0.9%.
No.
So you don't get any points for that. It's 14,700 people. They're actually complaining now because there's 1,625,000 people here. There's 288,000 foreigners here. It's quite a lot, no? Yeah? Okay. Right.
Not in here, by the way.
Not in here.
Not in the studio.
All of them now.
So after that first round, John, what are the scores?
I don't know what's happening this morning. Chris and Neil seem to be on 14.5, and
Right.
Steph and Mario are back on 6.5.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Very
nothing.
strange.
Don't you worry. We're the comeback.
But
What does the word will throw up?
Well, that was a word of very rich, a round of very rich words. But the one that we've chosen is Ebola.
Ebola. Do you remember what Ebola was, Mario? We're going to try
disease.
The disease, yeah? Okay, excellent. Right. Now, round 2. This is the answer round, and you have to guess what the question is, okay?
Okay.
And the answer is Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, what was Nelson Mandela's pet nickname for his wife?
Okay.
We're going to give you half a point for that, Chris. That's not the answer I'm
Don't
looking
ask
for.
why.
Okay, Stephanie, Winnie the Pooh.
Who is Xi Jinping's twin brother?
Winnie the Pooh. Well, that's what they're afraid of. You've gone straight in there with the right answer. Do you know about this story, Mario?
Yes, that Chinese governor wants to ban him for all the similarities.
Exactly. And what similarities do you think Winnie the Pooh has with the Chinese president?
That they smile a lot, maybe?
Neil, have you followed the story?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, I was thinking it was the hardest book that Tim had ever read. The thing is, I'm not sure about Winnie the Pooh. I'm quite happy that he's banned. First of all, he wears a red shirt, which suggests he might be a Liverpool supporter. He doesn't wear any underpants. You know, I mean, just walks around. And then also encourages kids to eat honey, which is full of sugar, which is very bad for them. So I'm with the Chinese on this one, I think.
Right. Who else other than Winnie the Pooh has been feeling the heat in China? Some other children's characters? Peppa Pig, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and even James and his Giant Peach. They're all feeling the heat in China. There's a big crackdown on children's literature.
I want to know who is the person who went up to him and said, "Doesn't Winnie the Pooh look like you?" That's a bold move. I have to say.
You see, they've now been sort of like locked up. That person.
I guess, yeah.
Is the fact that Winnie the Pooh's yellow and often Chinese people?
Well, allegedly,
is that part of it?
I don't think that's allowed.
No, but is there a racist element to this? Is that one of the objections?
Well, I don't know. No, I think it's because of the size, and it says the actual real answer. I mean, the answer was Winnie the Pooh. And the question is, who is causing a stink in China by aiding and abetting an influx of Western ideology?
Okay, that's what the problem is.
Yeah. It's an influx of Western
James
ideology.
and the Giant Peach.
Yeah, that's an influx of...
Seems fairly innocuous, doesn't it?
But he didn't share the peach.
He didn't share the peach.
That's right, yeah.
So I think you'll get one point from that. From that round 2, what's the score, John?
It's now 15.5 plays 7.5.
Well, it's 15.5 to Chris.
It's
amazing.
There.
And what does the word wheel throw up?
Word wheel throws up influx.
Influx. So you have Ebola and influx.
Yes.
Do you understand what influx means?
Yes, increase of...
Increase. Very good. Yeah.
Flux. Inwards.
Okay.
As opposed to an outflux.
Yes, very good.
Well, that's clear.
Doesn't exist.
Well done.
Okay, round 3, missing words headline round. The Spanish missing words quotation. Here he is again. Trump muerde blank. What does he muerde?
Trump muerde el mano de Brigitte Macron. This is the his handshakes are getting more and more awkward.
Mario, anything on Trump? What's he been biting? Muerde?
I think he bites the dust.
Oh, straight in. Straight in.
Oh, that was so staged. It was so obvious. They practiced that before.
No, we've never practiced that one. Why has Trump bitten the dust? Do you?
Oof. I don't know. I really don't know. You have to ask Mario. He's the cleverest one here.
Well, I think it's to do with all the stuff that he's had to go back on his word on. Is that correct, Chris?
I think he's basically gone back on everything he's said since he became president.
They've given up repealing Obamacare now, haven't they?
Yes.
With the whole idea. They ran on, and they couldn't. So they said, "Well, we won't repeal it. We'll just change it." And now they're not even going to do that.
No, they're just going to say it's not ours.
And then wait until
it wasn't our idea, and wait till it collapses.
Well, wait till the next election and squeeze in again.
You've been following Trump?
A little. I can't help it. Every time you get on the internet, it's all over the place, but I try not to.
Yeah. Okay, English missing words. Corbyn should join blank. What should Corbyn be doing?
ABBA tribute band.
Yeah, do you know about Corbyn? Corbyn mania?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Glastonbury? Everyone's shouting, yeah?
Oh my goodness, it's great. Everybody's shouting Corbyn, and then you see Theresa May, and they're calling her a lizard. They're like, F off, you lizard! And then you see Corbyn. Yeah, I think...
Jeremy Corbyn, that's what they keep singing. So maybe he should join a band? Do you think that's
I think he should join Doctor Who and travel back in time.
Yeah, and be younger. A younger Corbyn, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the real answer? The real answer?
Conservative Party.
Corbyn should join the Conservative Party. No.
This is a move from Theresa May to increase popularity.
Actually, you're right. We're going to give you half a point. Actually, Theresa May has asked Corbyn to help her with the Brexit negotiations.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and because the head of the EU as well has said that Corbyn should be involved. No?
But what is wrong with it? First of all, she's going to the Ulster, Northern Irish hardline Protestants for help. DUP. Now she's going to the opposition for help. Well, I don't know. I'm glad I don't live there, that's all.
The Guardian said the first round of talks of Brexit were relatively perfunctory, focusing on procedure. And so in practice, this is the first week of full-on negotiating. And they think Corbyn would be better to be in on that than this David Davis guy, yeah. So what does the word we'll throw up?
The word is perfunctory.
Perfunctory. What does perfunctory mean? John?
Perfunctory. It's clear what it means, really, just from it. Just the word perfunctory.
You're honestly
says all you need to know.
The dictionary.
Okay.
I think it's fleeting, shallow, kind of, in passing, with no great detail or.
Right. Well,
yes.
Okay. So we have missing. We have the words. What words do we have? Ebola, influx, and perfunctory. They're pretty difficult words this week, aren't they?
But we have an expert guest. So
okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of faith in Mario.
Okay. Round 4. Who is the baddie this week? Baddie. I've got an idea who the baddie is. Stephanie, who's been bad to you?
In general, in my
or in
life.
The news. Anyone in the news?
Oh, in the news. So many people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't look up the baddies. I looked up the
goodies.
I was looking at the goodies.
Right. Okay. So you're going to miss on a point then, aren't you?
No. We got to ask Mario.
Your team. What?
Steph's the baddie. Steph is the baddie.
I am the baddie.
Okay, Mario. Any baddies in your life this week or in the news?
Live on news where
any news? Any baddies? Anyone done anything bad? No.
Not really, no.
No? Apart from you with your shoes.
Well, yes,
Just say Trump.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's a happy
Your
point.
flip-flops. You said something about your flip-flops on the way here.
Oh yeah, yesterday when we went to watch a movie, it was
He lost his shoes.
Yeah, it was quite bad.
Yeah. So the shoes.
You lost your shoes.
Yeah, shoes. He's lost his shoes. Yeah.
Were you wearing them at the time?
Yes, no, I don't lost them. They broke when.
So shoes that break.
Yeah.
I lost a shoe in a Transvision Vamp concert in 1980, whatever, and I watched as it was thrown around the crowd onto the stage and back again. Living there was my shoe being thrown around.
I think we're going to give Chris a point for his shoe.
I think we definitely should. I think in a
and
week.
we're going to give Mario a point for losing a shoe as well.
What film did you go see?
Baby Driver.
What's that?
It's a film, Neil. It's a film.
I know, but I'm old. I don't go to the cinema.
Right. Everybody has two shoes in the film.
It's a car movie where the plot is it's based on the criminal actions of a group, and the story focuses on the driver, which is, I think, quite interesting. Okay. Exactly.
It's a baby
Neil.
driver.
It's a baby driver, which is it's a topic to this.
Any baddies, Neil? Anyone done anything bad to you?
Well, I thought I could actually, clear up a few points here in one go, because I've got goodies and baddies in the same story.
Right, go for it. Yeah. Who are they?
Check it out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well, this week there was an incident at Barcelona Airport where a handcuffed man on a Vueling flight to Dakar, which is the capital of Senegal, started screaming and was clearly in distress.
Right.
And the passengers, being goodies, insisted on standing up and helping him because, obviously, we've all been in that situation on low-cost flights where we want to start screaming. So
Yes.
we haven't all been handcuffed on low-cost floats.
No, but, that's
yourself.
it's common.
Okay.
It's like you get a 10% off if you're willing to be handcuffed, I'm sure. Anyway, so the passengers caused a bit of a fuss because they obviously don't want a screaming person in distress on the plane. The Guardia Civil, here coming the baddies, got involved and made everybody get off the plane. What was actually happening is the handcuffed man who was screaming was a person being repatriated to Senegal and was being treated in an inhumane manner, according to the passengers, which is why they complained.
Right.
And in sort of in vengeance against them, the Guardia Civil picked 11 of them at random and took their details, threatened them with arrest and so on. The next day, the passengers, the 11 who had been charged, well, they hadn't been charged, but their details had been taken, appeared in front of the press to denounce the inhumane behaviour of the civil guard and to complain about the whole treatment of this poor man who was...
So there's goodies and baddies in
goodies
that.
In fairness, everyone on that flight has probably been treated inhumanely, to be honest.
Yeah, well, correct.
I think 2 points for Neil. 2 points for Neil. Chris, any other baddies to add to that or not?
This is the PP.
The PP, the Partido Popular, the PP.
Council of Murcia, who are fining 750 euros for people who go nude on the beaches.
Oh, come on.
Murcia.
jeez.
Yeah. So you can't go there anymore.
And you can't pee in the... can't pee in the water.
All right. Okay.
How are they going to check that?
Extra
Well,
point
the water.
to Chris.
The whole Mediterranean's got that stuff in it.
They're going to have
pink.
scuba divers patrolling them.
Well, my baddie of the week was actually, it's threatening European holiday flights. It says in the news this week, it's airline bosses are drawing up plans to warn holidaymakers their flights to the European Union will be grounded if the Brexit deal goes wrong. And then there's also a big threat to au pairs. The number of young Europeans applying to help with childcare in Britain has fallen by up to half since the EU Brexit vote. So for me, the baddie is still Brexit. It's a complete nightmare. And so I get a point for that, even though I don't have any.
You definitely do.
What has the word wheel thrown up from that round, John?
The word from that round is au pair.
There you go. There you go. And what's the score?
The scores. This is unprecedented due to the fact that unfortunately Stefan and Mario only had shoes as baddies of the week. the other two cleaned
Chris
up.
had a shoe as well.
Well, he had a load more, so they cleaned up. It's now 21-12.
Wow!
Can't believe it. I don't think you've ever been in the lead at half time.
Oh, not by so far. No.
I think we've got
a game with two halves.
An opportunity for a word here as well. Because in Catalan, in that situation, you talk of a pallissa,
Paisa.
And we're on the verge of doing that. So when you thrash somebody, like in a football game,
if
Barcelona wins 7-0, you'd say they did a paliza.
Well, at the moment we've got 4 words, Neil. We've got Ebola, influx, perfunctory, and au pair. You want to throw in palisa as well?
Palisa.
Okay, well, we're going to give an extra word in there, palisa. And that's the end of round 4. It's half-time. We're going to have some music now from Shadow Sessions called Fake Money.
No Daft Punk?
Dollars with they shall gain. Crash the economy, but take no blame. Don't give a fuck, they hide behind that name. Gotta get that bonus check if you wanna buy that plane. Yeah, but it's just smoking me. So what do we get now when the smoke clears? Regular folks left holding the bag. Kick the fuck out their homes and they left with rags. Come on, man, that just mold and sad. This is criminal shit, so it's time to get mad, yeah. Cause it's a game to them. Rip off another stranger, it's the same to them, yeah. It's about time that we came to them and we make them feel all this pain instead, yeah. That's why I'm here to say to them, it's about time that we came and went. Fake money over zeros and ones. Fake money over zeros and ones. Fake money over zeros and ones. But they're holding the keys, so they printing the funds. Fake money over zeros and ones. Fake money over zeros and ones. Fake money into zeros and ones. But they're holding the keys, so they printing the funds. We know how they operate, rigging that game just behind the gate, yeah. This ain't no time to wait.
Headphones on. That was the music from Shadow Sessions, Fake Money, and we were enjoying some of John the barman wine that you've been pouring us yet again. Mm-hmm. Any trivia?
I've got a little bit of trivia. We're back to the Bodega Somos from the Somontano region this week. We had a red last week and we got the white this week, so we're back on the Glarima, which is very nice. You can go there and find out for yourself because they've got an amazing sort of building that looks like silver blocks thrown into the ground, so you can go up there and see them. And if you say that the Weekly Noticias sent you, I'm sure they'll give you a warm welcome. So cheers to that. Or they may turn your way.
Brilliant plug there. Brilliant plug for the Weekly Noticias. We're back. It's the Weekly Noticias, as we've just received a plug. You're listening to Tim Parfitt with my guests Chris, Neil, Stephanie and Mario. A quick roundup of the score again, John.
Chris and Neil are still romping away, so it's 21 to them, and Steph and Mario are lagging badly on 12 points.
Okay, good. We're now going to round 5, Good Deeds round. Good news stories of the week. Let's start with you, Mario. Any good news stories other than new shoes?
I hope it's from this week. I've read it on Reddit. I think the Chile government has given to a natural park 11 million acres of land.
Okay. Sounds good.
I think so.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's good. That's a really nice story. Yeah?
It's a great story. That's a 5-point story.
5 point. Stephanie claims 5 points for that.
5 points. And funny enough, we didn't even talk about this, but that story almost relates to my story. Wow, so that could be like a 10-point round.
Okay, oh my God, that's outrageous.
My story didn't happen this week. It happened this month, but I think it's so huge.
Right.
Do you know that in India they planted 66 million trees in 12 hours?
In 12 hours?
12 hours.
It's amazing. The Guinness Book of World Records, 1.5 million volunteers.
That's amazing.
Planted 66 million trees.
What are they doing? Just like pressing something into the ground?
And putting the little saplings in there. Right. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, they did that in 12 hours. It's now in the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's amazing. I think.
What was the previous record?
By India. It was, the previous record was India, and Chris, why do you do that?
Yes,
I don't know.
We're trying to catch her out.
No, well done there, because there was no way that deserves 5 points. I'm sorry.
Do you know what we're going to do, John? We're going to take a point away from Chris for trying to catch her out. And we're
India
gonna
also,
give Steph's
India also
team-
had the record for cutting down trees as well.
We're going to give Steph's team the maximum points for that. Brilliant.
Okay.
Neil, any good news stories?
I can think of one that you know when police scuba divers get involved. Usually, it's something very urgent and serious, like they're looking for a body or trying to recover something like that. But I read yesterday that in the Ebra River, the Guardia Civil Civil Guard scuba divers are removing snails from a stretch of river. Basically, there's this thing called the apple snail, which is an invasive species here in Catalonia, and the conditions of the Ebra River are ideal for its reproduction.
Right.
And they're trying to prevent it from infesting the irrigation channels, which are very important for the agriculture of the area. So they've got this, what they call urgent operation, where they've got policemen diving and removing by hand the snails. They've recovered 24 of them so far.
I think we're going to give him a point for that. Removing snails, like removing
24
snails.
in
Ebola.
what, 12 hours?
Yeah. Are they removing as many snails as India are planting trees?
Exactly.
They're gonna be doing it. The Catalan government actually wants them to do it every single day until they've all gone.
Is this a good use of resources? Do you think?
That's the point. Now they're saying we'll do it twice a week, because I can imagine the conversation about
because Friday afternoons we're having a siesta.
But how many scuba divers has the Civil Guard got in Catalonia? Maybe like 3. I don't know.
Right.
They'd be overworked anyway. Surely.
Okay, we're going to give you a point for that, Chris.
Well, it's not such good news for the snails. The romantic snails are probably not so happy about it. But never mind.
Not good news for the snails.
My
Chris,
good
have you got
news.
any good...
Uranus sabios.
Uranus what?
my anus nothing.
I didn't know we could swear in this.
Go on.
Uranus sabio. She went on holiday.
Is this...
And she left
Who is
her
this person?
fish. She's a person.
Right.
It's a Spanish person.
Is your medication
She
worn
left
off,
her
Chris?
fish. She left her fish in the hall by the front door.
And 3
And
Catalan
for the
scuba
neighbours.
divers came in and removed it. What happened, Chris?
She left it there with a little note saying, "Please look after the fish."
Yeah. Why is that a good story,
Because
Chris?
the neighbours did. The neighbours looked after this fish for
Well,
a week.
it's bad, though.
They
She
fed
shouldn't
the
have left
fish.
Oh, Chris, we were doing so
So
well.
basically, no,
we were
but-
doing so well.
I do just want to say, if any of my neighbours are listening, I'm on holiday next week, so if they find a child in the hallway...
I'm away next week. I'm not going to just leave my dog in the hallway, or they're outside and say, "Can somebody look after that?"
Well, in yesterday's news, there was a dog named Storm who saved a baby deer from drowning.
Excellent point
Wow.
for Stephanie. Just
Can I have
threw it
that
in
as a
there.
good news?
Okay, you can have
That's good news.
All right, my good news story is... Does anyone know who Clint Eastwood is?
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh my God! Yeah, Dirty Harry. Yeah,
Dirty Harry,
Yeah.
exactly.
the man with
right.
no name.
The man with no name. Okay. Well, look, in the south of Spain, where they used to do these films, the spaghetti westerns.
Yes.
And film enthusiasts in northern Spain actually have given a novel twist to the concept of crowdfunding, because they're sort of like salvaging and saving a cemetery that was used in the film The Good, the Bad and the Ugly.
Sergio Leone. They got a point. No.
Yeah, well, it's a grave topped up. They for €15, donors get a grave in the cemetery, topped by a wooden cross inscribed with their name in the Sand Hill Cemetery, where Clint Eastwood stared down rival gunslingers.
I'll go for that, eh? I think
Isn't
I
that
could do that.
€15?
Yeah.
My dad would love that.
I
for
would
his
love
birthday.
that as well. Forget about sponsoring a starving child in Africa. I'd spend my money on that any day.
Yeah.
It's €15 an hour, but it doesn't matter.
Some residents are proposing that the mayor of this village is renamed El Bueno, El Malo y El Feo.
Oh,
All of them, just all three. Just the one person, all three of
after
them.
Clint Eastwood's film, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. And the headlines are, "For a fistful of euros, fans get grave in Clint Eastwood's cemetery."
Good headline as well.
That's a good headline, yeah. I think that's a good headline. And after that round then, John, what's the score?
Chris let himself down quite badly there. It's now
He
20...
didn't just let himself down, let me down.
That is true. Yeah, that is the problem. He's 21-19, so he's still in it, but it's not looking
Just 2
good.
points.
It's
And what does
21-19.
what does
Yeah, to fight back. And the word is fistful.
Fistful, there you go.
Okay.
Can anyone remember
Fist-
what words we've got?
Fistful of fish. That's what they've got.
Ebola,
Ebola.
Influx. Perfunctory,
Yeah.
au pair,
Au pair.
the one that Neil wants us to include, which is what is it about the
Paliza.
Palisa,
Palisa, yeah.
and fistful. So we've actually got quite a few words, there's 6 words. All right, that takes us to round 6. And this is the English proverb word. And the proverb is, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Do you know what that means, Mario, in Spanish or Catalan? Does that have a similar...
I know the phrase in German.
Okay, yeah, you get a point.
Say it,
If you tell us in German, what is it in German?
Wer in einem Glashaus lebt, sollte keine Steine den anderen werfen.
No, I think he's pronounced that wrong, sorry.
Do you know, I thought it was that. That's
Yes.
excellent.
But
Very
he
good.
could have said anything then. I could have made those noises, and you'd all be go, "Oh, Neil knows good German."
You
doesn't
try and make those noises, Neil, for an
he?
excellent...
Ich kann Faschen, du Baschen, that. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Wunderbar.
That just incredibly
insulted
offensive.
him.
It insulted the whole German nation.
Let's see if you can do the equivalent in Spanish, because it comes actually from a Don Quixote quote.
I honestly, that is the whole thing in this program. I have been thinking about that more than anything else, and I can't come up with anything.
Okay,
I'm just totally
well,
out
Don
of it.
Quixote said, and you will excuse
said-
my bad Spanish, he said, "Que locura o que desatino me lleva a contar las ajenas faltas, teniendo tanto que decir de las mías."
No wonder I couldn't think of it. It was on the tip of my tongue.
It actually translates to, what madness or folly leads me to count the faults of others, having so much to say about mine.
Blimey.
Yeah, there you go.
Why Shakespearere's still...
A bit of Shakespeare and Don Quixote thrown in
A
there.
little bit, yes.
Yeah.
It's not literal, by the way. These things are not literal. I mean, this is important to say. I mean, they don't mean just you shouldn't throw stones. People in glass houses should probably avoid throwing most
I was
things,
thinking,
apart from pillows. They
why
could throw
would you want to
pillows.
live in a glass house?
In Spain.
Exactly.
yeah.
Why would you want to live in a
Why?
It's that risk.
And
It's
I
that
think
you know,
thing.
people don't really live in glass houses, do they? It's just a phrase.
It's just a phrase,
It's just
but
a
why
proverb.
would you want to live in a glass house?
'Cause
I mean,
if you had a lot of stones
Right.
and you were angry,
I just want to live in an insulated home here in Spain, and that's
Yeah.
Well, Elon Musk
And
is
hopefully
talking
with a bit of privacy.
talking about having windows where they are also act as solar panels. So
Yeah.
the window itself absorbs the energy. So then it would be a good idea, because then you'd have energy in your house.
Okay, well, very good. After that round, I think, what are the scores, John? Tell me.
Chris is letting Neil down quite badly there.
Tell me about it.
Still one ahead, so it's Chris and Neil on 21, and Steph and
Don't worry,
Mario
I've got
are
the
on
next one, don't
20.
What does the word wheel throw up?
The word wheel there is one for Chris. Folly.
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 Ebola,
Folly.
inflammatory, perfunctory, au pair, fistful, and folly, and all that word about palisa or whatever.
Palisa,
it is.
yeah.
Okay, that takes us to round 7. And always on round 7, it's the On This Day in History, okay? It's the 19th of July.
Yes.
And what happened on this day in history, Steph?
Well,
What year? What year?
on July
What year?
19th in 1961, it was...
No, sorry, the year. You can't decide the year. I'm
Oh,
telling
I
you.
can't decide the today.
No. What happened?
Not today.
Oh!
Not 19th of July. Sorry, I haven't asked the question correctly. What happened on the 19th of July in 1588?
Oh, every English school kid knows that one.
Oh,
Well,
1588.
I'm asking Stephanie.
That she's Canadian.
1588?
Yeah, 1588.
1588, yeah.
I thought it started from 1958.
No, 1588. What happened on the 19th?
Do you know 1958 though? Just
No, I had...
Have a guess.
I skipped 58 and went straight to 61.
1588, yeah.
1588.
Canada didn't even exist then, did
You
it?
can tell me
No,
what you
we
think happened in
didn't.
1961 if you prefer.
No, we're going to go. Do you know anything for 58?
Oh, come on.
No,
we
it's obvious we aren't English
1588.
schoolboys.
Come on, we know this one. We've got
Okay,
you've
go.
got
You guys
this
go
is our
first.
chance to
You
get
guys
a, get
go
a point.
first.
Go on then,
Don't
Neil.
worry, you're
Gotta
gonna
be
lose
the
it
Spanish
anyway.
Armada.
The Spanish Armada.
Gotta be.
Yes.
Can you the Spanish Armada is
Claro.
correct. It's correct.
Yes,
it's
yes,
correct.
yes.
The Spanish Armada, but hang on a sec. The Spanish Armada set sail from Spain in July 1588 with the mission of overthrowing the Protestant Queen Elizabeth I and restoring Catholic rule over England. But what happened on the 19th of July? So that the Armada set off, and then on the 19th of July, what happened?
They went back again because they'd forgotten something, and then they left again.
That's right.
Oh.
Chris?
Someone forgot. They forgot the guns. They were like, "Damn!
Chris?
Forgot everything.
How can we invade without the guns?" They said.
Chris?
I obviously can't no longer depend on Chris to be funny, so can I try one?
You can, go on.
What surprises me about the whole Spanish Armada thing is that they chose July because you'd think they'd have plenty of work with the tourism industry in Spain, wouldn't you?
What happened on the 19th of July is Francis...
Bowls.
Exactly. So Francis Drake was playing bowls in Plymouth, and he saw the Spanish Armada approaching. And what did he do? He finished his game of bowls and then went to attack them. Oh... Okay, I'm going to give you.
Try and get half a point.
You're going to get half a point. I'll give you
No. I've got a little bit to add.
Okay,
the reason why he finished his game and didn't, they say, is because he, being a sailor, was above all aware of the weather, and he knew from the way the wind was blowing that there was no immediate danger, so he had the time to do it.
You're quite right, actually. You're quite right. It is said that Drake was told of its approach. He simply replied that he had plenty of time to finish his game of bowls before defeating the Spanish. But it was possible he recognised that the tide was against him, getting his ships out of Devonport Harbour. So he realised he didn't have time to get the ships out, and he went somewhere else. Anyway.
Did he win the bowls? Or not?
No.
That's ballsy, never mind.
The other year is 1976. What happened in 1976? So I'll give you a clue. Somebody was born.
It was hot.
Yes, but it wasn't 76. It was 77.
Okay, go on then. Who was
Benedict Cumberbatch. It's his birthday today.
Baby.
1977 is 40 today.
Was he was born in 1977?
Yes.
Very, very good. Okay.
That's 3 points for
3 points for correcting
minus. Yes. Minus a point for Tim.
It was also very
just
hot.
fact check that, John, a minute, please. I mean, because I could say, oh yeah, anybody was born that day, and we just accept it.
No,
Come
today's
on.
I'm going to give you a chance to get some bonus points.
Yes.
Who is Benedict Cumberbatch, Mario?
I think it's an actor.
Right, and what's he famous for?
Acting.
Thank you.
Yeah. And he plays a detective sometimes.
Is he Sherlock Holmes?
Very good. Very, very good.
Like, give him 25 points. Go on.
We had Doctor Who earlier. We got Sherlock Holmes. Do you like Sherlock Holmes, Steph?
Yes.
Do you like Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yes.
It's a bit of a silly name, though, isn't it?
It is. But I think he's a phenomenal actor. I think he's great at his craft, yeah.
Is he the one from Imitation Game?
Exactly. Yeah, very excellent.
Mario,
bonus
half a point, baby. That's another half a point.
That's another 738 points for them.
Straight in there. That's excellent. Okay, after
Was he
that
born
round,
today?
After that round, before we go into the final round, what is the score, John?
I've got to step in, actually, because I think you can't just come up with your own date and then say some facts about it and then score bonus points. So I'm afraid Steph and Mario don't get anything for that.
What?
Thank you.
At the same time, Neil did manage, actually, for the first time in 9 shows, to make a funny joke on Chris's team, so he gets the 5-point bonus. So it's actually Chris and Neil 27, Steph and Mario 22.
But what are you saying? You're saying that Cumberbatch wasn't born
All is
in
well with the world
1977?
again.
No, he was, but it just wasn't part of the question, I'm afraid.
But
That's
John,
maybe
doesn't
not-
Mario
He said
get
who was
like
born.
imitation game for Sherlock and all this?
Was that related? Okay, 23 then. We'll give him
Okay,
that.
there you go.
23, 27. Also, can I just mention that last week there was a Twitter storm after apparently the last round. There was some problems with my maths. I did go back over it. Chris did lose 3 points halfway through the game, so he actually lost by 3 instead of a half a point.
There
So
you
just
go,
to clear
Chris.
that up.
Your defeat level last week was bigger than you actually thought.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
And what does the word wheel throw up after that?
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's complicated. The word wheel throws up the word Sherlock.
Okay, now you have got the chance for you to win really some good points here with Mario. You've got Ebola, Influx, Perfunctory, Au Pair, Fistful, Folly, and Sherlock. Can you?
And
Palisa, and Palisa, whatever it is. Can you make a sentence out of these words?
Can I have them written down, or can
Yes,
I check them?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Write them down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then-
have you been?
Here,
Yeah.
put them all down.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
have them here.
Yeah.
Thank
Right.
you. And then, after losing a game with a paisa, eating a fistful of olives, of Spanish olives,
Yeah.
Sherlock's au pair criticized the
The Folly.
folly, thank you, perfunctory Ebola check on the influx of travelers coming to the United States. Something like this.
That is incredible.
That was amazing.
Wrong.
That
Incredible.
was amazing.
Okay, they get extra points for that, I'm sure, John. What's the final score before we go into the final round? Sorry.
Before we go into the final round, Mary got 7 for that, clearly. So it's now 30 plays 27.
Okay, now
Steph in the lead.
We can do this.
this is the final round.
I can do this. Don't worry. I'm
This is the bell.
Well,
This is my strong
at least I
round.
don't have to take the blame for our defeat.
That's true.
Right, you know how the rules work. That's the bell. You only
all
buzz
on
it
you,
once.
Chris.
You only need to buzz it once, otherwise it gets too noisy in here. Buzz it once, and if you then answer and you get it wrong, it goes to the other team. Apparently, all this this week, all the answers.
I've got it. Yeah.
All the answers end in do, do, da, or even di.
Easy.
So,
All right.
Easy.
It's a bit of a strange one. This they give me these randomly. These questions. Right?
Easy round.
So, what do you call more than one referendum, Chris?
Waste of time. Dough. Waste of time, dough.
What is it?
I think give him half a point for that.
Give him half a point, but it's not the right answer. Okay. What do you call more than one referendum, Stephanie and Mario? You have a chance. Quickly.
Referendi?
No.
I know this.
Sorry.
I know this.
Go,
Can we do that?
go on
Oh,
then.
no.
Yeah, go.
Referenda.
Yes, very good.
Referenda.
What is a word for a large
Sorry,
fleet?
sexy.
There was a famous Spanish one.
Loads of boats, dough.
No, come on. Spanish fleet. It ends in DA. Come on. What is a word for a large fleet? I can't believe it.
I've had too much wine.
Okay.
1588. That might have been
I don't think you've had
Armada.
enough.
Yes, Mario gets it right. Armada. What? Name an extinct flightless bird. Go on.
Miranda.
No.
Dodo.
Very good.
Good one.
But you
Cool,
can't
man.
answer because he got it wrong.
Called Miranda.
Yeah, but if he's going to be cracking jokes all the time that we don't get no points for, I've got to try, haven't I?
Yeah, I think you're playing 3 versus 1.
You've got to see my situation, because he's just trying to be funny, and I'm not getting no points.
We'll give Neil half a point for criticising Chris. What is the art of self-defence that originated in Korea?
Taekwondo?
Excellent.
Oh, kicking the balls, dough.
Kicking the balls, though.
What do you call tight swimming trunks? Yes, Steph.
Speedo.
Very good.
She knows that one, doesn't she, eh? She
All
knows that one.
trunks. All trunks are tight on me, to be honest.
She didn't know Armada. Well, she knew that.
Name the Italian patriot who died. Wait, Chris.
Hey.
Name the Italian patriot who died in 1882 and whose conquest of Sicily and Naples led to the formation of the Italian state.
Garibaldi.
Yes.
And it's also a biscuit.
Okay, we're going quickly now. What is a person whose dress or behaviour seems strange or eccentric?
Tim.
No. Go on.
Weirdo?
Very good. Name the 1995 film starring Antonio Banderas. Go quick.
1995?
Yeah. Okay.
Bandido.
No. Desperado.
Desperado.
What do you say when you arrive and want to make a big entry?
Hello!
No.
No? Okay. I do, to be
Would you want
honest.
to make
Da-da.
da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay.
Star Wars theme?
Where is Disney World? Yes.
Orlando?
Very good. Name the big hit by the Police.
The do. No, I can't remember that. I can't remember the name of the song, sorry.
Okay, very good. If you're not wearing underpants, you are going what? Yes, Steph.
You got it.
Okay, Neil got it. No.
To catch a
Neil
cold.
got it.
You're going to catch a cold.
A cigar. 2 more questions.
A cigar? You're getting a cigar? I've
cigar.
not heard that one. If you don't wear underpants, you're a
Right.
cigar.
For the last time, no.
A point off for Chris. It happens
that-
every week.
Is that a cigar in your underpants?
He's not
or are
letting
you
me
just
answer
happy to
the
see
last
me?
2 questions.
Sacrificing points at this point of the
A
game.
cigar-shaped, self-propelled underwater missile is a what?
Torpedo?
Excellent.
Didn't pronounce it right.
Final. He
Didn't
pronounced it right for me.
Torpedo it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mario.
Final question.
We're down to the line at this point.
Final question. What is another name for the Hunchback of Notre Dame? Go for it.
Quasimodo.
Very good. Okay. That's the end of the round. What is the final score, John?
Unbelievable. That was very exciting. But at the end of this week, the don'ts, I'm afraid, are Chris and Neil on 34.5. But the do-do-do-dos are Steph and Mario on 35.
All right. Excellent. You've been listening to the Weekly Noticias with me, Tim Parfitt, with
It's all
Chris,
Chris's fault.
Neil, Stephanie and Mario. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next
100%
week.
record.
We're going out
Thanks a
with
lot.
Fun.
That's
My
the first
Thing
time I've
by
ever lost.
QJ.
So much fun.